Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about American Pie 2, and this movie is directed by J.B. Rogers and it came out in 2001, and basically it has all the same cast returning, and it's the same story, but this time everyone's in college and they just finished their first year in college. And that's the plot of the movie basically. Just the first movie all over again, but with college students instead of high school seniors. And there were some funny jokes. I found myself enjoying the humor for the most part. There were some cringy parts for sure, and definitely moments where the humor didn't land for me. But I wasn't bored, and I was also concerned about the runtime for the film because it's an hour and 48 minutes, whereas the first movie is like an hour and a half. And I was a little concerned by that, thinking that is this movie going to drag a lot more than the first movie, and is it just going to be very slow for me? But fortunately, I wasn't bored. I didn't feel as though the pacing was dragging for me at any particular moment. And there were some fun editing choices that I noticed at a couple points. And there were some good scenes and some memorable stuff about the movie. And I wasn't big on every big funny scene where we have just a funny concept and just go along with that. Like I wasn't always big on that kind of stuff. Like the trombone scene, I didn't really care for. I found that to be kind of cringeworthy. It just didn't really work for me, and honestly, it felt unnecessary to everything that happened in the movie, aside from like one small moment. And overall, I came away with the thought process of thinking that this movie was not a terrible sequel, especially not a terrible sequel to a comedy and still being a comedy, which is surprising because most sequels to comedies are pretty bad. And they can go very wrong, like The Mask to Son of the Mask. And some of the licensed music in the movie was somewhat nostalgic for me, and I recognized some of them. I was like, oh, I recognize this song. That's kind of cool, I guess. But overall, my issues with this movie is some of the dialogue I noticed to be like a bit off, and it could have been written a bit better at a couple points, mostly towards the beginning. Like the opening scene, I felt was a bit rough, and if you can get past that, then the rest of the movie is fine. Really, my only issues with this movie are just some scenes that just don't really work for me all that much, and it is, in ways, kind of just a worse version of the first movie to me, but I still had fun. I didn't hate the movie, and I don't really give this movie high praise, but by the end of the day, I don't hate it. And I don't know why I was thinking this, but at some point while watching this one, I was thinking to myself, American Pie and this sequel, in ways, is kind of what I would rather Grown Ups 1 and 2 would have been. Like, this is a much better version of Grown Ups to me. And the second one, obviously. Not saying that American Pie 1 and 2 are masterpieces by any means, but just better versions of Grown Ups in ways. That's kind of how I view them. This movie did feel like a nice, fun time capsule movie, which was kind of fun to watch. And overall, I thought this movie was decent, and I would recommend it. It's currently on Netflix. I don't really have many issues with it. It's just not as good as the first, but I don't hate it. And I would recommend that you check this movie out if you like the first American Pie. If you don't like the first American Pie, then you can skip this one. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give American Pie 2 a 5 out of 10. And in this case, 5 out of 10, sometimes it's a movie that I like, sometimes it's a movie that I don't really care for all that much, but this one, it's inoffensive, does what it has to, and gives you what you would want overall. So, 5 out of 10, I liked it. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of American Pie 2, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Dazed and Confused. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching, and have a great day.